All the auto mechanicals that came here and killed everyone are missing. Wait, no, I already killed them in the other room. Okay, sorry. I was wondering, wait a second. When are they coming back? The answer is never. Lockpick and lockpick again. No, that's hack. Ah, sacred.
Done.
Broad allotments of a bunch of resources are still pretty valuable for me. Alright. Maybe the previous deactivation of the auto mechanicals deactivated all of them for us? It can't have done, because we didn't even do it. Okay. Access the electromechanical turbine platform. Oh, I mean, we can activate it right now. Let's diagnose it first. Maintenance required. Activate it. Says offline because maintenance required. So I probably have to go to individually each of them and fix them. Wonder how much of this place still even functions. Oh god, yeah, there's the auto mechanical there as well. Probably not a great deal. It's gonna mix there as well. Yeah, it really does feel like if we weren't here for another day or two, we would be coming into Greek corpses. That is way too many people at the same time. And they're very tanky. Okay, this is actually going to be a fight. Get him, Pavati. Like, a lot of the fights so far have not really been fights. They've just been kind of click fests until all the enemies die. This is definitely going to be a fight. The fun fact about that, as we were... Oh, dang. The fun fact about that mech as we were aiming at them was, is 40% Dolomite. Chalk that up for another Futurama reference in here. Alright. Let's see... what do we want to do first? We don't really have something better for them, right? Finsport Henry is probably not going to be great either. Okay. We can certainly change our own armor. When is the hedge mark? I mean, we're only going to get a critical hit for like the... Sorry, we're only going to get a sneak attack for the first hit, and then we get crits after that, right? So it's this. We check out. Can't we also just sneak up close behind them and deactivate them? With hack? Am I thinking about a different game? This horror area must be very fear-affirming. Exactly, yeah. My robophobia is acting up somewhat fierce right now. Okay. Stealthily get that one down. Uh-oh. That is not the critical hit location I imagined it was going to be. One of our companions just fell through the platform. That's okay. Hopefully they come back. Please. Okay, good. Okay, it looks like we've only got one hostile remaining on the far left side. So I can probably take my time here a little bit. Unless there's like another wave of enemies, they give you a very big arena in order to fight very few people. Alright, I'm guessing Station 1 online, Station 2 offline, so we'll go over the other side, do the exact same thing there. Yeah, this very much does just look like an arena for a shootout. Alright. We'll explore it afterwards then. Rather than trying to explore it through on a sweep for the first time. Take all of those. We should also really get to and sell our junk. You got robophobia too? What's up? Oh, no, they're totally fine. So yeah, if I had to guess, that would also be trying to fall through the earth and it not working. Shock Cannon Hyper. It's very high level.
Jackass isn't coming. You got it, Captain.
Thanks, Pavati. Look at the auto mechanical as it's going down there, trying to assert dominance with that T-pose. Not gonna work on me, auto mechanical. Get him, Felix. Knock that flying drone prone. Far too much damage for me to be taking. Thank you. Well, at least she got the hammer attack off before taking a long walk off a short turbine. Now I'm very worried that's suddenly going to happen to me. Something about this ground isn't super steady. Perfect. Let's switch and let's just go for the reactivate before we even do anything else here. They're really struggling with the whole not falling through the platform issue. Yeah. It's rough. Physics don't apply to Pavati, clearly not.
So, wasn't really following what you did there, but I guess it worked.
I wasn't really following what I did there either, Felix, so do not worry. We're in the same boat on that one, friend. Hey, Vice Road to Water. Junior Electrical Assistant 09. The diagnostic is security turrets are non-operational due to critical damage. Okay, so this was how to deactivate those because those were definitely the most powerful enemy in this area.
Easy.
Kind of another hint towards Obsidian's design philosophy of you should be able to talk your way through, fight your way through, and sneak your way through every area. And possibly some combination of those, but you can usually use each of those to supplement for the others. Okay, so there's a decent amount of bits in that container. We should actually check these then. It's not going to be a valueless area to loot. Although it does seem completely plundered at this point. Am I getting like a come down effect from these? Yeah, the crash stacks up to 3 times. All attributes -1. Yikes. Yeah, actually, I think I stop taking Adrena time right here before I become a marauder. Sorry, marauder. Not the extra phoneme in there. The extra syllable, rather. Alright, let's go down. Bye, Pavati. Why is it only Pavati as well? Felix is fine. Felix is rock steady. Like, not complete connection with the ground below him. My man is floating a couple inches off the ground at all times. You can see that. Oh, Pavati, are you back? Nope, died again. Okay. Oh, there you are. Hello. Pavati, take notes. Oh, no, damn. That's how you fall without dying.
The facility's back on the grid, and my pipes again floweth with the sweet, sweet essence of my salvation. I suppose I have you to thank for realigning the machine. Of course, Jasper, you imbecile.
Jasper, I'd like to ask you to concentrate.
Right, yes, of course. You'll need my voice to get into the chem lab. I'm obviously not coming with you, so I'm giving you a recording of my dulcet speech. This recording should get you into the chem lab. I hope whatever you're after is worth the trauma. I wouldn't go back there if I was higher than the mercury levels in a can of salt tuna. Wait, take my gun while you're at it. If you end up dying on Gorgon, there's a non-zero chance I'll feel partially responsible. Neither of us want that.
I need help with the security in the chem lab. You know that place better than anyone.
Die, perhaps? Automechanical sentries are generally programmed to ignore corpses. I don't like the idea of going back to that place, to that life. Yes, I know it's not me risking my throat gallivanting around Gorgon. It's you, for whatever madcap reasons you've got. I've helped you once, and I don't feel great about it. I made a clean break from Gorgon, and now it feels like you're asking me to tether myself back to that place.
Jasper, let me worry about Gorgon. Helping me could help you move on. Also, the lighter than air space in Felix's head keeps him afloat. Couldn't agree more, silly. But of course, that vacuity is part of what we love about him. Jasper, let me worry about it.
I suppose you've got a point. Or something resembling a point. I'm emotionally addled right now, and I'm allowing my sentiments to get the better of me. Here, my personal security keycard. There's a hallway near the processing room. It leads to a security terminal. Use this keycard to unlock the hallway and disable security.
I want to talk to you about Project Gorgon.
Even if I wanted to talk about Project Gorgon, I couldn't. All my memories of Gorgon are intact, but they're in disarray. Like a book with its pages shuffled. Making sense of those memories requires clarity of mind. Clarity that only Sky High gives me. To tell you everything I know, I'd have to be dangerously euphoric.
One hit wouldn't hurt.
All right. Just one inhale. Easy does it, Jasper.
Don't die, don't die, don't die, don't die.
Have you ever seen a lake as still and clear as a mirror? That's how my mind feels right now.
What really happened in the chem lab?
The disaster at the chem lab was my fault. I tested adrenotime on primals. I decimated my own research team. And I was a coward. I locked myself up in isolation. I told myself that I needed silence and solitude to perfect my formula for Sky High. But the truth is that I was ashamed.
What's so important about Sky High?
Nothing. Everything. I told myself I needed a drug to help me focus, help me work. The weight of guilt crushed my capacity to work, but if I didn't work, then I was worthless. Adrenotime was like that. It was designed and marketed as a necessity, an elixir of productivity. It made you feel guilty for not using it, and then hurt you when you used it. I'm starting to lose sight of my own thoughts. Entropy reasserts itself in the palace of my mind. The high never lasts more than a few moments.
You could use the Sky High, Jasper. Clear your mind.
I suppose you're right. I do need to relax. Up you go, old friend. And just like that, the demons of my mind have all gone silent.
I'm off to Dr. Ambrose's journal. What's so important about it?
The author, Dr. Olivia Ambrose, was one of the most brilliant minds in Halcyon. She wouldn't have kept a journal for something as tawdry as mere sentiment. Dr. Ambrose never made it out of Gorgon alive. That's the sort of thing that happened to the project's best minds. They were killed. They turned marauder. Or they became me.
Catch around, everyone. Thank you for tuning in. What about Dr. Marion Blacksley?
I don't want to know anything about Dr. Blakesley. My lab was a source of constant frustration for her. We were the reason human inquiry couldn't do its job.
It was a cascade failure.
The OCI pressured my lab. Under pressure, we delivered poor samples to human inquiry. Human inquiry tested poor samples on human beings, leading to adrenotime, leading to marauders. I'm starting to lose sight of my own thoughts. Entropy reasserts itself in the palace of my mind. The high never lasts more than a few moments.
My man's just chucking straight whippets in between every time I need to talk to him. I know it's getting dangerous for you, but this is important.
I shouldn't. Thank you, but I'm starting to reach the threshold of my tolerance. I'd have to clear my mind in order to answer your questions, and that requires a truly irresponsible dose of Sky High. And admittedly, a truly spectacular high.
You're right, never mind. I won't ask you again.
For the best, I think. I'm on the verge of a break. I'm so ecstatic I could kiss you. But I won't. Bodily fluids are unbecoming outside of a petri dish.
I'm certain if you kept pushing, you could probably get more information and then he would die. I'm almost entirely certain that's exactly how that one would work. This reminds me of the old lady junkie from Mama Murphy from Fallout 4. Yeah, there's definitely a similarity there, but he seems more to be suppressing things rather than using it for an extra site, right? So I guess it's more the locus of the information, right? She sees the locus of the information as something that she spiritually connects to through use of the drug, whereas this guy is just like, I can't tell you the stuff that's up in my brain unless I'm mad ripped. All right. Now, where is the... So the layer down from here is going back out. But there was another door over on the other side that required a key. We still do not have, but we do have the ability to just straight up open it. Don't really need to deal with Spratzer at all. Parts. Still do need weapon parts. Be very, very gung-ho about getting those. I actually may want to spend time off camera just managing our inventory. Selling a bunch of stuff, buying a bunch of stuff, trying to be prepared better for later. There is a lot more to this facility. Alright. It happens, Gafari. It's not one of my main games, you know? I am more than happy to take the hit for the games that I really, really enjoy and would like to be able to explore on the channel. Not everything has to be about the number down there in the bottom right. Plus, there are some things you can do in a smaller stream. Like, there are some conversations you can have, some dialogue you can have, the kind of direct interaction you can have that isn't necessarily offered in larger sizes as well. Sometimes when chat's too fast, it's too fast. Alright, let's try this. Okay, so this just does lead around to the exact same on the other side. Cartridge, just a little bit more money.
That's clever.
Just an ointment and compress and adreno shop. Honestly, if nothing else, just for selling. Password disabled. Notice password input disabled. Too many failed password attempts. Last login. Perfect recall when the numbers and letters are swimming around on the page at the time doesn't help with horse fucking shite passwords. Incoming messages. From E. Mora, A. Last and Lethal. To lead chemist Dr. Jasper Lowe. From Auntie Cleo's corporate headquarter, Chief Efficiency Inspector Lana Mora. Last warning for a pink slip. RE progress report. Advisory notice to the lead chemist at the Olympus Orbital Pharmaceutical Station. No satisfactory results have been submitted in 11 months. Pursuant to clause 0059 PSP 733.25, if measurable and material proof of progress are not approved within 31 days, station personnel may be found to be in dereliction of duty. As a result, could be prematurely terminated. Auntie Cleo's corporate headquarters, special committee for the auditing and managing. Who cares about your health more than Auntie Cleo? Nobody. Postscript. Jazz, my darling genius. As you are likely now well aware, I must regret to inform you that my exhaustive efforts to protect that beautiful oversized brain of yours, and consequently its nefarious agenda, are in fact falling faster than your rumored last project on Gorgon. I repeat, the corporate hounds are onto your dodgy scent, and it's made them thirst and bay for blood. If I cannot supply the executive floors with tangible, undoctored results, and soon, I'm heartbroken to report that Pink Slip Protocol will be initiated by majority vote, and the project will be scrubbed, wholly and completely. I trust you understand the full weight of what that means. One can project is an embarrassment of epic proportions. Twice is unforgivable. Please, 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 I am begging on a bended knee. Send me a working prototype. At this stage, even a fatally flawed one will do. Save yourself in the lab coats before this reflects poorly on your permanent record, eternally yours. So the reason the pink slip went through and that Jasper let it go through is because he didn't want to repeat the mistakes he made on Gorgon. Wow. That's a bit more noble in a way, but also you got a lot of people killed, but also maybe you didn't get many more people killed. Who knows? Outgoing messages. RE that postscript. Nomura, my once darling. As you are now likely well aware, I don't want you to beg. I don't want you on a bended knee. I don't want anything except to feed this infernal, indefensible, insatiable need. I am so close. So very nearly on the cusp of salvation. Then and only then will I send you that blasted Anthracillin Plus, a ludicrously simple modification I could formulate in my sleep. Was I ever to sleep? No longer yours, no longer anyone's, but that elusive and fleeting embrace of chemical virtuosity with regret, Jasper. You understand, do you not, darling? From the very first test, from that first accursed step, every path, every infinitely random dice roll of emerging cosmic roots was leading us to the same destiny. A draft to scam, venting, do not send. Subject, venting, do not send. Okay, so this is like a journal entry, effectively. Pink Slip Protocol. Really? You hullheads went there? Never would I have thought you'd stoop so low, or more accurately, be so moronic as to cut off your own noses despite your faces. True, the project was delayed, but we all know I could have delivered more than adequate results eventually, once I descended to the highest peak of my genius. We were less than months away, not that I'd expect a pea-brained layman to understand. Nora's wasted on you lot. I am wasted on you lot. And might I just add, though I might have invited you to do your worst, you did try your best, but I am still alive. Nevertheless, I do go on. And I never ever forget. Payback will be swift. Oh yes. I scarcely think you'll see it coming. Just as soon as I've perfected my formula, I can focus on other matters. Then you will rue the day you pink slip the great Jasper Lowe. Buffoons. Eternally misunderstood and undervalued, and still misappropriating your precious company resources, the employee formerly so known as Dr. Jasper Law. Send message. Do we? Or do we just leave him here? Let's think about it like this, right? Surely they have to know the facility is back up and running, right? They will know that Jasper's alive sooner rather than later, I have to imagine. Unless, of course, they just don't really care about the pharmaceutical facility that he's in. We'll consider this. We'll consider this. We're not going to necessarily do it now, but we might come back to send that message. Hit the enter button that not Felix himself, Jasper himself would not have hit. There's our key card at the absolute least, though, and then there's back through here and a ladder that we wanted to go up to. Also pop a little bit of drug. So there's mechanicals in the distance, Auntie Cleo in the distance as well. I wonder. Yeah, unfortunately that has gotten everyone's attention in the worst possible way. Fine. We're going full auto then. Rude of them to make me do this. Honestly, if anyone falls through the platform, anyone, I say, as though it's not just definitely going to be Pavati again. If Pavati falls through the platform, I have the ability to just get her to use her companion ability to immediately teleport back up here. Thank you. That is the reason, honestly, that I didn't want to play on Supernova. Because I didn't want my companions to just be done and gone, you know? You miss out on a lot of content by not taking them out, and I would miss out on a whole lot more content if I did take them out and then they died. So if I end up doing a Supernova run, it would definitely be like a solo, no companion kind of deal. There are a lot of perks that support that. It's just I imagine there's significantly less content in that route, by virtue of obviously not having access to each of their storylines and not having their interactions in each different storyline as well. I can't imagine there are too many unique storyline options for being solo, although there may be some. Again, just a bit more money. How are we actually doing in terms of money right now? 3,000? Okay. We could tinker again. And honestly, that's really their only usage at this point. Back to Zap, just in case we didn't already have the ability to kill automechs. They give it to you here. There'd be far less in terms... there'd far less to bounce off of in terms of characterization, exactly. So maybe it's right to get invested with this version and then later run a completely different one. This scientist is really bloodied up here. Stun Baton Hyper, relevant. 6 Metro Adreno, and then what? Munisol, Biotic Cream. Nothing unique in that area. It's literally just going to be the one terminal at the very end that we interact with, right? The one they gave the giant glowing green light to. Hack 65. That's not hard at all for us to achieve. It's just a simple change of a hat. And armor. The hostility protocol for the mechanical sentry assigned to the command deck is currently disabled. Please ensure all human resources are being properly disposed of in an Auntie Cleo's biorecycle containment unit. The team shall arrive to close down the lab and recycle functioning equipment within the next 90 days. Okay, so yeah, Jasper's going to be found out in 90 days at the absolute least. Site safety engineer's log from the manual.
In the unfortunate event of a necessitates downsizing, the most senior safety engineer, or the sole member within assignment, shall initiate, by mandate of anti-culprit headquarters, the pink slip protocol manufacturer's directive included with all audit mechanicals stationed at the facility. From the site safety engineer, sit there and guard the red button, they said. Sounds like an easy paycheck, I said. I'm not going to live in a secret lab in the middle of a giant gas cloud storm-riddled atmosphere, my ex-wife said. No one told me I'd eventually have to press the button I was guarding. The pink slip protocol button. That final choice between diligent duty or my friends. On second thought, let's be honest, they were never my friends. Once I've disabled the protocol and scrubbed the labs, I asked corporate for a reassignment. I hear Emerald Vale's real nice this time of year. This person's almost certainly dead. Regarding the Sprat Tails in coffee. Complaint. Whoever keeps cutting off Sprat Tails and dropping him in innocent, unguarded cups of coffee needs to cut it out or I'll cut something off of yours next. It's not funny, and I'm tired of cleaning up this coffee plate and vomit. Reporter, Junior Custodial Assistant, Gracie G. Goldbane. Okay, this is the wrong person. Ah, receptionist Kelly. Complaint, missing. Queen of Hearts, 5 of Clubs, all aces, and then 3, 7, 8, and 9 of spades. Last seen. On my desk in a solitaire spread. Reward if found. A friendly game of whist. Even if not returned, we can make do. Really, come play with me. Betting not required. Or we could place bets if you'd rather. I got a couple packets of sugar-free 0% sweetener left. I could barter. Reporter was Kelly. Regarding the power outage thefts. Complaint. Some thefts have been happening every time the power goes out, and the power keeps going on for longer each time. Coincidence? I think not. Likes to get antsy this time of year, and the storm stretches, and it makes them mean. Reporter SSE. George, self-reported. Alright, so do we have a corpse directly next... Ooh, misses that. Nice. Specifically, do we have a corpse directly next to this area? Because that would probably be the person who pushed the button. Nope. I mean, we do have a corpse in this area, but not near a big red button at the absolute least. What is in there? It's an interesting little device there. Unfortunately, we don't really get much information about it. I wonder if it will possibly be interactable in the future, though. It's very unique. For just being a random item about. Storm cannon? Is this unique? Oh, it is. Forged from materials found in the atmosphere of Olympus. Not recommended for use by anyone suffering from lighting-related trauma. Hang on. Employees' benefits as a science weapon. Level 29, science weapon. This experimental device was created to keep employees on their feet, regardless of how much pain or exhaustion they may be feeling. As all good workers know, unconsciousness is just another word for wage theft. Absolutely no clue how that's going to be impacting anyone. Need to find an enemy to fight him with. But I'll keep that in my loadout at the absolute least for the moment. Oh. I was wondering why that wasn't going to work. Although, is that... Yeah, it doesn't just take us down to the next layer, thankfully. Although I think I've heard an auto mechanical that's still alive around here. At the absolute least, I should clear out this loot before heading on. Beautiful, beautiful. This helmet does make us look like a Cyberman from Doctor Who. It also kind of makes us look like, does anyone remember, it's not Abe Sapien. It kind of does look a little like Abe Sapien's mask, though. But it reminds me of the guy the ninja that wielded tonfas in Hellboy 1, the first Hellboy movie. It's a deep pull, but it's very accurate. The Sandfield Nazi, exactly, yes. Well, Sandfield, right? The one that... Vardy, what's going on with you?
Unexpected.
He was Sandfield, right?
Security, but here they come. Initiated. Take cover. Here I go.
So far, all I've learned is this gun does nothing. Really probably should have healed before going into that room, right?
Thankfully, we don't lose that much. Just the loot of 3 different areas over here that I immediately know where I'm going.
Great work.
Man, imagine the speedrun of this game is pretty fun. Save menuing though, because the menu in this game is already pretty bad. I can only imagine it would get worse when you have to operate it near instantaneously. Alright, and then we are also not wearing our combat gear. Sneak attack? No, we're using this. Speedruns are just driving into the sun. Oh, yeah. Oh, 100%. Yeah, you have to do the dumb route, right? Didn't someone speedrun in like 12 minutes? That sounds about right. But I actually surprisingly really like the movement in this game. Like, it feels pretty good unless you, like, get caught on a janky object. Resistant, don't need that. So at the absolute least for that, it could be intriguing. Yes, they don't ever have a needleless bathroom here. Hush grip as well. I mean, look, our mods at the moment, we need to just sell most of them because there are a lot of these mods that we will never use. We have absolutely no plans to. We're not really going to respec into using them. The game movement feels really smooth until you need to jump up multiple times for something. Yeah, oh god, they would probably unlock the dash ability, right? The leap to dodge forward and then spam on that. If that is the case, then that would actually probably feel bad. Dang. I really didn't like the leap. Like, there was one place in the game that I saw that was actually, it was useful in. That's about it. And even then, it was useful to get a chest that had no unique items in it, right? It's like, certainly not actually useful. It's like good for closing the gap if you're a melee character, I guess. Seems what it's intended for. Okay, so that's now the entirety of the area, like, explored, right? Yes. Save sending Jasperlow's message, which I actually don't think we will do. At least yet. Maybe we should talk to him at least one more time, though. I think we should talk to Jasper one more time, just in case the log that we found or anything related has given him a new perspective or a new thing to say. Wait, you're not in here? It's the wrong one. Jasper's on the other side. Okay. Yeah, playthrough's extremely anti-board. I accidentally got some board reputation.
I'm so excited
There we go.
I could kiss you, but I won't. Bodily fluids are unbecoming outside of a petri dish.
What's that draft message on your office terminal all about?
Did you snoop through my things and just admit it to me? You do have gall, I'll give you that.
Thank you.
Look, I keep a draft on my terminal where I vent my occasional frustrations with upper management. It's honestly one of my less detrimental coping methods, as I am not stupid enough to fill out the name in the address field.
Okay, so if you don't fill out the name in the address field, this says, like, # scam is the name on it, if I recall correctly. So how would it even send? Wait, it's return to root draft, that one. All right. I don't know who hashtag scam is, but hope they enjoy that email. At the, like, we did confirm at the absolute least, the board is coming, not the board, but Auntie Cleo is specifically coming back here. So it's not like we took an aggressive action that wouldn't have otherwise happened, right? Wait, actually, Kelly, are you already on the ship? Yes, good. All the kids are turning into hashtags these days, exactly. Can't believe it. Soon we're going to see people using apostrophes in their name. I just don't get these kids these days. Well, I mean, apostrophes are used in name. Damn it. I was trying to come up with a symbol that is not used in a name, and I was like, just this punctuation symbol. There we go. An interrobang. People are going to have an interrobang in their names. Oh, you're really dismayed by that. Straight after a semicolon. How do I pronounce that? Rumble. Let's go back to the Gorgon landing pad. Oh, actually. We are quickly instead going to go to the Ambrose Manor, and the reason for this is because with our lockpicking kit... Actually... I'd also like to see what skills they help us with when we take them out, because it would really help. But our lockpicking kit might be enough to actually get us into an area here we previously couldn't access. It's barred. I could have sworn it was barred plus 150 hacking. Oh, maybe this was the lockpicking door that I was thinking about. Oops. My bad, then. It's like the Metal Gear Solid sound, only lasts a bit longer and trails upwards at the end. Okay. It's probably going to be limiting to their ability to interact with people if they can only be pronounced by people who've played and remember the sounds from Metal Gear Solid, but at least it's expressive, you know?